Florida's scoring D has a lot to do with pace. The number I like for them is that they lead the league in field goal percentage D as well. That's a better indicator of how good North Carolina's defense has been this year.
0-0, Ta'Niya Latson's the one to watch. Bust out the ACC statistics, folks, because she should be in the conversation with Hannah Hidalgo for ACC Player of the Year honors. They are the top 2 scorers in the country. A couple of chances here for the Noles. They come up empty.
So Florida State makes a lot of threes and they offensive rebound. And playing transition defense will be important for both teams. I think this could be a high-scoring affair, up and down. I know Florida State's not going to take the brakes off.
Gakdeng got a touch in the paint. Now the triple from outside, and that's good from Sydney Bowles, the transfer from Texas A&M.
Bowles has made the second most three-point baskets behind Carla Viega, who comes off the bench for Florida State. High hands on Donarski. Got to keep a hand in her window, Beth. You can't let her see a big basket.
Gakdeng gets another paint touch and a kick out to Lexi, and she misses her first 3 attempts.
And one of the most unsung heroes of all of Florida State's success is KK Timpson, the 6'2" senior on the inside, right here with the ball. She's a scorer inside. She's a tremendous offensive rebounder, and she's the best shot blocker in the ACC.
They are pounding the offensive boards early. Malaya Williams fouled by Indian Navarre. Navarre is their top perimeter defender. Williams will head to the free throw line. This is just her 11th game of the season. She missed December with a lower leg injury.
So Brooke Wyckoff, the head coach for Florida State, has her team second in the nation in scoring, right behind Tennessee, 92 points a game. When you look at the size and the length of Florida State, their team is built for speed. This is not a physical bang on the block kind of team. This is a team that's going to play up and down and can switch and defend multiple schemes because of their length.
Donarski to Alyssa Usby. One of the most versatile players in the ACC is Alyssa Usby. Here's Kelly off the bounce, rejected. Michaela Timpson, one of the top shot blockers in the country with her first.
And 39% of the shots she blocks best. She blocks into their transition game, so they can do that. Numbers on the break.
Latson with the pull-up. And a 7-0 start for the Noles.
Don't even think about over-penetrating in there. If you go inside too deep, she's going to block your stuff.
Nice ball fake, Donarski. The floater. You close out on the 3, and she can beat you off the bounce.
But that's the way you have to guard her. You got to make her play it off the deck. You can't let her just see a big basket. She's too good.
2-man game for Latson and Timpson. Look at her work on the boards. One of just 7 players in the power leagues averaging a double-double, and the stick back is good.
I think she's got more toughness to her game and another level.
Looks like they're going to get Timpson here on the foul.
Nice job right here of helping in the second level. You get past your primary, you better know that Timpson's going to be waiting in the paint to be able to do this. Get it to Latson up the floor with numbers.
And how about the hustle, by the way, too? She was the screen setter for Latson right there. And a 9-2 start for Florida State. Pull up from Kelly is good on the mid-range. North Carolina trying to flip the script a little bit. Florida State has won 8 of the last 9 meetings. Latson, her second bucket.
You cannot knock her off her line. When she turns a corner, she is going to score or get fouled.
Navarre missed the layup.
North Carolina does have multiple defenders to deal with Ta'Niya Latson. You can't expect one person all game to try to keep her in front. Courtney Banghart knows that she's got a couple of players that can help in that regard, and everyone has to know where Latson is. It's not just one person's responsibility.
Shot from Maria Gakdeng off the mark. Usby in the trail. She doesn't take many of those, but accurate on that one. Nice out of the trail.
9 triples. Wow. Okay, if that's going to happen happen today, then I'm going for a higher score than I thought we were going to get.
Able to keep it alive again is Timpson. Look at her on the glass. Another offensive rebound and a foul on Gakdeng.
This is WNBA material right here. 5 offensive boards already for Florida State. Timpson is like a magnet. She rebounds out of her area. That means the ball doesn't have to be right above her head. She can get a rebound to the left and right, and she pursues the basketball.
Scorer, rebounder, shot blocker, the 6'2" senior out of Edison, Georgia. WNBA scouts in the house. Oh, by the way, her teammate Ta'Niya Latson, because of her birthday later this year, would also be eligible if she chooses to go to the W after just her 3rd season. She hasn't mentioned anything publicly, according to the Seminoles.
Icing the ball screen, trying to keep Maria Kelly on the same side of the floor because of that. Look at that screen by Usby.
Donarski, 15 points a game. She's shooting 52% from downtown in the last 3 games. All wins for Carolina. Latson will get another touch. The kick out for 3. Nice on the drive and dish.
This is exactly what I was hoping for. This is fantastic. Both teams up and down, playing clean basketball.
Navarre scoops it up, no. Rebounded by Valenzuela, the junior from Mexico who's on the floor now.
Who can shoot that?
Trail, and she walked with it, trying to step into it. Had Latson wide open on the wing.
And you can never miss Ta'Niya Latson. She pointed right at Latson and said, my bad. Little pump fake there, and Usby goes flying by, and then Latson has a wide open 3.
Latson will check out.
Brooke Wyckoff does a really good job around media timeouts, getting Latson a little bit of a break.
Maya Bonner will come on. Junior from Fremont, California, who transferred in from Cal. Now her 2nd year in Tallahassee. Donarski to Usby. Gave up a look in the lane, perhaps because of the shot blocker. Now will step out for another 3.
What is happening in Chapel Hill? What is happening? Has she had a game where she's hit multiple 3s? I don't think so.
Thomas off the bench to clear the board. Usby running the floor for an easy 2. 8 points for Alyssa and a 1-point game. Midway through this first quarter, shootout developing. Look at the in-your-grill defense from Carolina on the perimeter.
They're switching on everything right now.
1 and done on that trip.
Look at Timpson meeting Usby early. Now she's hit a couple of 3s. I wouldn't change the way I guard her yet.
Thomas short on the fade. Gordon will push. Right over the big girl.
I mean, her eyes were to the rim, and her shoulder pads were over her thigh pads, if you will.
One of their 3 starters with over 1,000 career points, along with Latson and Timpson. And one of the highest scoring trios in the country.
Good help by Valenzuela. We saw Navarre try to roll Gordon down to the block and post up. Good help inside.
They've settled for 3s the last couple of trips. Here's Timpson, she'll try and knock it down.
That's her first of the season, Beth. Okay, now we've got the 5 players for both teams making a combined 3 triples. Okay.
Was 0 for 3 prior to that one. And now the team's a combined 6 for 9. Even an English major knows that's good shoot.
What a start in Chapel Hill. We have got a heck of a game. Timpson from the 3-point line.
about the triples raining down early, Debbie?
I mean, come on, the teams are combined 6 for 9. We haven't even finished the first quarter yet. And the post players are knocking down triples. Usby with 2, Timpson with 1. Let me correct myself. Usby has had a game this year where she hit 2 threes in a game. It was against Coppin State.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked.
She's only made 1 3 since early December.
I mean, she's been working on it, obviously, and she's showing a lot of confidence to take it. So Usby, that's the question about her WNBA skill set, right? I mean, her ability to shoot the ball.
Usby with 8. Timpson already with 7 points and 5 rebounds. And Ta'Niya Latson, 4 points, 2 assists. Just as fun for the fans. Only 1 combined turnover through the first 7 minutes.
I think that might be my more favorite number than 6 triples, honestly. It's clean ball, playing hard, moving the ball. Look at Timpson over there saying, yeah, I got it. Definitely got it.
She had only tried 3 all season prior to the 1 make. And she's talking it up on the bench. Navarre on the drive. Boy, Carolina's missed a few layups early.
And now Latson will initiate on the top of the floor with the ball. She's got to get engaged here, though.
Latson, defended by Kelly. Good ball fake off the bounce baseline. Strong drive for Bonner.
Here's next level stuff. Latson looked right at Usby because Usby was going to be the decision maker as to whether she drove or she passed. It was a really great read to an open shooter.
Largest lead of the day for Florida State. Up mid-range.
I think Indy Navarre is the best on-ball defender for North Carolina, and when her mid-range is working, she adds another element to their offense.
Seeing some terrific ball fakes, too. Latson sidesteps around and out. Bonner on the baseline.
She looks right at Usby, and that forces the late closeout. That is next level stuff, like reading the second level, not just worrying about the primary, and as the point guard right now on the floor.
Struggling to control there is Grace Townsend, coming in off the bench after her best game in ACC play, the transfer from Richmond. 5 for 5 shooting, 13 points in the win over Wake.
Wake Forest did come back in that game, but just not enough in the second half. Well, they are really hounding Townsend.
Bonner. Nice dish to find Gakdeng from Grace Townsend.
You have to stay active on the weak side and ready for that. And Gakdeng did a really good job offensively of showing her hands.
Gakdeng's been their leading scorer in ACC-only games as Latson turns it over. Doing a nice job on her early on.
It's just a nice job by Townsend. Not good weak side help by Florida State. The good thing for Brooke Wyckoff is she can rest and Kayla Timpson while they still have this lead.
Gakdeng took an extra step.
Because you want Timpson fresh and healthy. The way she works on the glass, especially in a late game situation, you got to have her fresh with that second bounce, which is outstanding on the boards.
Latson and Timpson are the top scoring tandem in the country. They both average about 30 minutes a game. No. Here comes Lainey Grant. She's going to spark off the bench. Gakdeng buries the defender inside, assists Townsend. She had her almost all the way down to the baseline.
She had her head in the rim.
Scooped up and in, Latson off the bounce.
From our angle, Beth, There are 4 white jerseys in the paint, and Latson somehow doesn't need a lot of space, a little sliver, and she can just slide right through.
Averaging
So strong.
26 points per game on about 19 shots a night. Outstanding free throw shooter as well. In fact, the best in Florida State history.
Mismatch right here. You got to clear it out for Usby.
Usby sees it, reads it, finishes it.
Alyssa Usby came to play today.
Double digits in the first quarter. Final seconds. Latson scoops it up and in, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Ta'Niya. With 0.6 left.
Wow, let's see. I mean, she's been going in crowd. Did she obtain legal guarding position?
Boy. No restricted area in women's hoops. She was way under the bucket defensively. 2-point. And of course, Notre Dame there as well. Latson is #1 in the country. Hannah Hidalgo is #2 in the country in scoring. Hasn't happened at least 25 years back that a conference has had 2 players, #1 and #2, to finish the season.
All offense in the ACC. Doesn't bother me one bit. It's good for the fans. It's good for the game, especially with all the new eyes that have come to the women's college game. This is what we want to see. The ball going in the basket. So we talk Latson Timpson, throw Gordon in there as well, who's averaging 16 points a night. And she hits the triple. She's got 5. Townsend. Watch for number 13, Viega. She is only a 3-point threat and stretches the floor. My goodness, Beth, come on.
Williams with another 3.
North Carolina's got to make Florida State dribble into their shots.
5 of 6 from downtown. They lead the ACC at 10 per game. Gakdeng looking for paint points and getting them.
Timpson does have 1 personal foul. She did a good job there of getting, after getting buried, not getting another foul.
Gordon. Long rebound to Donarski, and it's a foot race, and Lexi's gonna win it.
All you young players out there, you see how she pushes that ball way out in front and goes to get it. I see so many young players dribble by their feet. I see some older players do that too.
Yeah. Coming up next, got more basketball for you. Boston College at Wake Forest. Then some gymnastics, Stanford and Pitt, and we'll come back to hoops to wrap up the day. 6 Eastern, NC State and Virginia Tech. So Virginia Tech now on the tournament bubble, and NC State on the tournament host bubble for first and second round.
NC State better be on alert. Virginia Tech has gotten better. Megan Duffy has done a really good job. And if NC State waits to the 4th quarter, like they did against Syracuse to try to win the game, they're going to lose.
Gordon, step back. Fouls it in and out. Townsend has to be careful. She's got a couple of fouls. Navarre. Good change of direction. They continue to struggle at the rim. That's 3 or 4 missed gimmies. Latson. Another offensive rebound and a foul.
And you almost have to face guard Timpson on the glass. She's long and active. She does a really good job of tipping the ball and keeping it alive.
Boy, and that's big too, Debbie, because that is the 2nd personal foul on Gakdeng. Still in the game right now for North Carolina. The offensive rebounding, by the way, 6-0 Florida State. Timpson misses an easy one, and Latson with the pick and a foul, her 2nd personal, 80 feet away from the basket.
You got to have better discipline there. I don't even know why she tried to do that. Now all of America wants to know why Latson's got to go to the bench. She's playing so well.
She leaves with 7.5 minutes to go here in the first half with 2 fouls. Opportunity knocks for North Carolina. Pass in traffic and it's taken away.
So I'm looking for Gordon here, and I'm looking for Timpson.
There is that 2-man game. Timpson dribbles into a double. Usby coming over to help and forces the turnover.
She had a spin back over the left shoulder before the double came. I look for Lainey Grant on this end of the floor right here. This is a matchup that I think North Carolina can win.
Number 10 in white. Here's Grant. Triple. Got the look.
I like the call from the bench.
Look at Townsend down on the deck, trying to force the takeaway. And it's a held ball. Possession arrow stays.
And that's what Courtney Banghart really appreciates about her bench, is they don't have a big letdown or drop off. Look at the deflection right there. Townsend does a great job of being disruptive. Latson sits with 2 fouls.
Gakdeng continues to play with 2 fouls in the middle for North Carolina. See if the Noles attack her. There is a touch going after Gakdeng. Timpson over the top of her for 2.
Got the career double-double record in the last game. Timpson past Natasha Howard, one of the all-time Florida State greats.
Yeah, that's a career number. She's also the leader this season around the ACC with 11. Here's Donarski off the dribble. Another missed layup.
That's the way you guard her, though. Coming into the game, 51 made threes, 45 catch and shoot. The other 6 threes, she had 7 dribbles. They were threes, but
most of those would be 1 bounce, sounds
right.
like.
There was 1 possession with 2 bounces.
Well, she's having the best shooting season of her career as Gakdeng scores inside. Maria's got 8. Carolina hanging around. They've trailed by as many as 8 here in the first half. Timpson, mid-range.
They are trying to get her the ball, Beth, sorry.
Chance to chip away a little bit more. Usby, who had that big first quarter.
I still like Grant right here.
Donarski hands it off to Grant, back to Lexi.
Usby does such a good job setting that flare screen for Donarski. That's a great combination. They've run that 3 times that I've counted, and they scored on it the first time. And the next 2 times, Florida State was there on the catch. Horns.
Nice hesitation. Kelly draws the foul on Gordon. Her first. 4:46 to go in the half. 33-29 Florida State. haven't seen this kind of three-ball shooting since Lada was in the house back in the day.
I was texting Ivory on the break.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what?
All-time greats.
I mean, North Carolina's all-time best three-point shooter and was the ACC's until recently. She held that record for how long? 12 years?
I believe it was 12 years before somebody broke it.
12's the lucky magic number.
Oh, boy. You wouldn't find many better point guards in ACC history.
No. A little of this and a lot of that.
Nice. How about not a lot of free throws so far? These are the first of the game for North Carolina with Ta'Niya Kelly at the line. It's a good thing she's there because she is the only good free throw shooter in their rotation, basically. If it gets to the fourth quarter, the line is a problem area for the Tar Heels. Kelly makes it a 2-point game.
Latson back on the floor, Beth.
Gonna play with 2 fouls, blocked by Thomas. Donarski back to Grant, 1-2 punch. Oh. Gets stuck
on the phalange.
How long have you been sitting on that word to get it into a game?
I've said the phalange a lot. It's a reference to what? Friends. You and me, Mullins. Friends. And Freddie.
I was going to say back iron, and I stand corrected because your word's better.
What? Words now?
Yes. You beat me on that one. Here comes Usby off the bounce. Grant, she'll try again. And that one's better for the Tar Heels. And UNC has its first lead of the day.
That's a confident shooter.
Left school early to join Carolina. Fresh out of high school. Timpson turns and gets the lead right back.
You see the elevation on that turnaround jumper? WNBA stock going up and up.
11.7 rebounds in this first half already. A double-double cooking. Grant, 2 in a row.
Yeah, she's offense off the bench. And she can do that. Threes and mid-range. She also does a decent job guarding her position.
Villegas 0 for 2 from deep. Hey, we have men's basketball coming your way next Saturday. How about a triple header, Debbie? Starts out with the Seminole men taking on Boston College. And then to the Commonwealth, and then Stanford at SMU next Saturday coming your way.
ACC on the men's side projected 5 teams into the NCAA tournament.
Women looking at maybe 9 or 10 as Usby now with a dozen points. Her first basket of this second quarter. Latson struggling to get going here in the first half. Her follow is good. She's got 8.
If you watch Ta'Niya Latson, she gets her hips and shoulders past the defender, and then she does a great job of squaring up.
Grant takes the contact, drops it off for Thomas.
That's really good.
Thomas.
Good D.
Latson blocked again on the drive. Numbers for Carolina. Usby running the floor. The pass a bit behind her. Grant gave up the 3 to drive, and it's blocked by Timpson.
Gotta go. This is when Florida State has an advantage, when they block into their transition game. I prefer blocks that way, Beth.
Keep it in play and get a good look for Bowles.
When you run deep into the corners, you stretch the defense all the way to the baseline. It opens up the top of the floor, and it allows you to make plays. And that's a great find in the corner.
Bowles is 3 for 3 from deep. They're shooting 60% from downtown in the first half. Got a whistle off the ball.
This is what I'm talking about. Shoulders, hips, past the defender. Rotation there late. Gets her shoulders square to the backboard and just powers through to finish.
8 points with 5 assists, a couple of rebounds. And Timpson now has picked up her second personal.
Both on post-up fouls.
Squared at 40, minute and a half to go here in the first. Right on schedule for Florida State, the second best scoring team in the country at over 90 a game. Deep three, way off. Weak side, scramble for it. Tar Heels have it. Donarski can't knock down the three, and then a foul trying to keep Usby away from the ball. That's going to be on Maria Williams. Her first.
Now Florida State gets really small on the floor. Teams are really working on the glass right here.
Navarre in the lane, short. Rebound Williams. Latson. Step back three. Hole's no good. Weak side, Gordon, and she's fouled.
See, those are the fouls in the women's game that I wish they just, like, the ball's out of bounds. It's going to be Florida State's ball. They're calling it by the rule. I get it. That's the rule. But, you know, let it go.
That's the second on Navarre, by the way. Gordon floats. No. Williams rebound. Turns short. Kelly will push. Latson's got to be careful with the two fouls. Has to let her go.
That's a smart play by Kelly. It's a little offense-initiated contact, which I'm good with, and Latson backed off it.
Other corner for three, and this one's good from Bowles.
How's she Bowles?
Her fourth.
Lock and load, baby. Not afraid to pull the trigger. She's got 12.
Above her average. Final second, shot clock is off for Carolina, down one. Kelly, pull up, got it from 12. And that'll take care of business. North Carolina rallies from down 8. And that allowed them to erase the 8-point deficit, and they open up with the lead. Trying to beat Florida State for the first time here at Carmichael since 2015. They've lost 4 in a row to the Noles at home. Williams, mid-range, and a rebound for Ta'Niya Kelly. She and Usby were both in double figures in that first half. Double digits for Timpson and Sydney Bowles for Florida State. Gordon across midcourt. Latson, and immediately they get her a touch inside Debbie, and it will be her first trip to the free throw line.
It's a very good job by Brooke Wyckoff and staff to put Ta'Niya Latson in a position to get to the line. So this is going to get her going. And she only had 8 points in the first half, Beth. That means she's going to have a big second half.
Best free throw shooter in Florida State history as Brooke Wyckoff looks on. A pair there. That, by the way, was the third personal foul on Maria Gakdeng. So the North Carolina center in some trouble as Donarski turns it over.
Carolina starts the second half with back-to-back turnovers after they had played such a clean first half.
Courtney Banger trying to extend the best start for her in her 6-year tenure with the Tar Heels. Their best as a program in 10 years.
And Brooke Wyckoff trying to isolate Timpson on Gakdeng.
Navarre short. Usby with another rebound. Just their second board of the game. Wide open shot. Kelly, no. Usby able to tip it out again.
Look at the hustle by Alyssa Usby. Never takes a play off.
And then a reach over the back by Timpson for her third. So both bigs in a pickle.
Yeah, all 3 fouls by Timpson are right here. Post-up fouls. Gakdeng doing all the work before the ball comes in there.
Oh, miscue defensively, a blown assignment and a wide open look for Carolina. Latson back to Timpson. Usby is right there with him and takes it away.
That's called closing down the space on that spin. That's an excellent job defensively by Usby.
Navarre swatted.
Even though she has 3 fouls, she only knows one way around the rim, and that is to get anything that comes in close, which she does so well. I mentioned 39% of her shots she blocks in their transition game. 36 out of bounds.
That's her third block of the day. Crowd counting it down. Navarre. Gakdeng offensive rebound. Missed that one wide.
I know Sylvia Crawley's in the stands, doesn't like that play. One of the former greats here at North Carolina. Got her jersey in the rafters.
That's now the third on India Navarre.
It's just a great take right here. Gordon sees Navarre backpedaling, and she goes right at her.
So Navarre will check out. Grant comes on.
The officials at the table.
Chance for the Noles to grab the lead back. Latson short.
Got to use that left hand.
Numbers for the Heels. Kelly, offensive foul. Bowles is there to take the charge.
Guess what? This place is starting to come alive. Good advance pass. You got to obtain legal guarding position. I don't know. And remember, you made a good point before, Beth, about not having the restricted area anymore.
Turnage, turn around. Noles back in front. Damon Timpson head-to-head with 3 fouls, and they're going to call Bowles for the reaching. And that is her third, so...
You know what I admire about both?
Early.
Yeah, and I admire about both of these coaches. Neither one of them has really lost their cool. They're coaching their teams. They're keeping their focus where it needs to be, and that can be challenging.
Latson, and she was grabbed by Kelly. It can be challenging to keep her cool on the bench, as Debbie knows. She got a technical foul once while not in the game.
I sure did.
You know I couldn't let that one pass.
Don't make me bring up that dirty, rotten, you-know-what Tommy Salerno. Guy I absolutely love, who's one of my friends today.
The one and only evil eye Kenny Yao ever gave to Debbie on the bench that day. Long, long time ago. The 3-ball for the Noles, off the mark from Gordon.
This is where Florida State is better defensively than I thought, Beth.
Usby and one.
That's a great take. It's a switch. It's a really good offensive play, but I still think Florida State is guarding better in person and better on film than I saw. They've got good defensive habits. Usby, so strong, can take that bump. Trying to give him a compliment and they get scored.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Usby, you know, you talk about a versatile talent. Somebody's probably going to take a flyer on her, right, in the WNBA draft. She is the only player in the power leagues that leads her team in scoring, rebounding, assists, and block shots. So she does a little bit of everything.
I agree with her that, but I also think she'd be an outstanding heptathlete or USA flag football, which she's already told us has contacted her, and she would be a wide receiver.
LA 28, baby.
Yeah, she can get a gold medal faster doing that. I'm signing up right now to run patterns for her. I can run the post, I can run the hook and ladder and all that. I can run the
Well, she'd
screen
definitely
flag.
make a team if you were defending her during the tryouts, I can tell you that.
I'd help her out.
Bonner to the free throw line here for Florida State. And looks like we have a timing issue. Tiffany Bird, Brandon Enderline, Linda Miles are officials today. And they want to take a peek at something, so we'll do it with them. Back in a moment. Talk to us, Linda!
Previous play is under review for a game clock malfunction.
Is it tournament time yet, Debbie Antonelli?
Yes, it's always tournament
never
time.
talk about it too soon. How about the net and the new quad one wins that are important for the selection committee this year?
I like the quads. I like that we've added that. North Carolina's got a couple of good wins. The numbers in the quads are significantly different, though, than the men. So if you're following along, you got to go and look at what the women's criteria is. Net 13 is pretty good, and as you said, Charlie Cream has them as a 3.
As a 3, flirting with a 2, depending on how things play out. Here's the Florida State resume. They picked up a quad 1 win after they beat Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech and new coach Megan Duffy's getting better and better, so that becomes a quad 1 win for them. Right now, Charlie says a 9 seed. You really don't want to be in that 8-9 game. That means you play number 1 before the Sweet 16. You'd
on
rather
their
not.
home court.
Yeah, you'd rather not. Projected 9 right now from the ACC getting in, but 3 teams, Stanford, Clemson, and Boston College are all in the next 4 out. And of course, for Stanford, it's been 38 years in a row under Tara Vanderveer to the NCAA tournament. They got swept by Cal this year. First time Cal's done that since before Tara.
So I'm not counting them out yet.
Congrats to the Bears.
Yeah, Cal's a good team. They've got shooters. And I'm not counting Stanford out yet. I think Kate Pace's team is getting better.
Still work to do. A dozen now for Renaya Kelly on the pull-up. Good back and forth affair this afternoon at Carmichael Auditorium / Arena. Carolina's defense making it tough on Latson, who averages 27 a game in league play. She's got 10 so far.
They ice ball screens. Timpson in drop coverage here. You see her in the paint.
Ta'Niya got it inside the line.
Yeah, but Ta'Niya doesn't over-penetrate, right? She pulls up and hits the mid-range over the outstretched hands of Timpson. You take it in there, she's going to block it.
She continues perhaps the best streak of her Carolina career the last couple of weeks. Second chance opportunity for the Noles. Latson off the bounce, drops it off for Timpson, gets the assist.
You can just see Ta'Niya Latson's face light up on certain matchups, especially in the middle third when it's hard to bring help. Because she does make passes. She doesn't just go in there to score. She is a willing passer.
She's got 6 assists. Ta'Niya.
Yeah, Ta'Niya usually scores off that flash.
The 3. So here comes Latson again. She'll pull up.
I wonder if Latson's getting a little tired.
Timpson got around Gakdeng that time. And a foul headed down the other end of the floor. And we'll take the timeout under 5 here in the third. One-point game, 4:24 to go in the third, and Ta'Niya Latson will catch her breath for a few extra moments out of the media timeout. Her season numbers and then what's going on today, the Tar Heels have tied her up.
I do think she was a little fatigued the last couple of possessions, and she has been handling the basketball under duress the whole 94 feet because North Carolina has extended their defense. So I think this is good to give her a break right here.
Big challenge.
One possession game, you know.
Well, against a Tar Heel defense that's the best in the ACC. Amaya Bonner will head to the line. Noles lead the ACC in both free throw attempts and makes on the season. Hey, here's our next gymnastics meet, Debbie, right here on ACC Network as well as your ESPN app. Coming up, Stanford at Pitt.
I got nothing on that
Got
promo.
a gymnastics sandwich. Got basketball now, got basketball after that with NC State Va-Tech.
The only thing I would say is today, North Carolina is celebrating girls and women in sports, and I went over to the indoor practice facility, and every North Carolina women's sports team was represented with their athletes, with 1,000 little girls, and I did see a balance beam.
Fabulous. Carolina with the push, looking to extend the advantage.
Snake behind that screen.
Grant. Gordon right on her. Here's Kelly off the crossover, and a reach-in foul on Gordon.
You know, it was a really good switch because she switched up to be able to stop the penetration, but then she reached. OMG, they like to call Maria Gordon. She got the second best assist turnover ratio in the ACC. She needs to get into the paint against North Carolina and distribute.
5'4" senior out of Sarasota, Florida. Latson is back into the ball game now for the Seminoles, so she and Timpson out there together with Gordon. Nice out of bounds play again, run by Carolina.
Townsend with the screen on the flex cut by the heels.
Townsend's giving him quality minutes today. Timpson, offensive foul called, and it did not appear that she had room to come down.
That's a flop
on the catch.
That is a flop.
And that's her 4th foul.
Watch the hesitation by the official. It's a late whistle. It's a flop. Nope, sorry. That's 4 fouls on one of the best players in the ACC. Now she has to sit.
Tough break for Florida State.
And I'm not rooting for Florida State or North Carolina. I'm a fan of the game. I want to see the best players on the court.
And so now she is out. 3 minutes to go still in the third. Kelly, and that's going to be a foul on Amaya Bonner, her second. And that'll get Kelly to the line. 80% at the stripe. 2 for 2 today. This is just the 4th and 5th free throws of the afternoon. And now the Tar Heels with their biggest lead of the day. They trailed by as many as 8 in the first half.
And Kelly gets right on Latson. So this is part of a wear down effect that North Carolina can put multiple defenders on the best scorer in Division I basketball.
Still looking for her first basket of this second half. OMG will take it and hit it.
North Carolina really pushing in transition. I like it. I think it's, again, a part of the wear down effect. They have greater depth than Florida State.
Gordon will head back to the free throw line.
You know, I'm going to say this to you, and you're going to get what I'm saying. If we played outside, when we played outside as kids, and you're playing on the blacktop, you stay on your feet. You don't fall on the blacktop. You don't fall. Okay? Players got to stay on their feet.
I would agree. Blacktop is when we used to actually play outside on the playground and not in a gym with officials and, you know, all our parents watching.
You mean when you need the eye scan and the thumb code to get in the gym, and then you put your music on with your dish, and then you shoot 300 shots in 10 minutes, and then you go get a massage?
Make it, take it, no blood, no foul. Losers walk, winners talk.
That's the way they did it in the Cuse?
Back in the day. Thomas, short. We got a good one here, Chapel Hill.
It's been great. And competitive, hard fought. The pace has slowed down a little bit. I think North Carolina has another gear because they have depth. They can ramp it up a little bit here.
They start the day 2 games behind Notre Dame in the loss column in the ACC race. So the winner still stays in the thick of it. The loser probably will need a lot of help to get back in it. Just 6 weeks to go in the regular season. Latson weaves her way into the lane, off the window, and her first basket of the second half. And the Noles are back in front.
You're going to see what kind of winner Ta'Niya Latson's going to become, because she knows she has to play well for her team to come on the road and win. You're going to find out what kind of competitor she is right here in the last 1:30 and into the 4th quarter.
Timeout called by Brooke Weisbrod. She wants to set up a good look. We'll see what they come up with after this. Hasn't come easy today for Ta'Niya Latson, but she continues to work. Picks up her first basket of the half right here.
She only has 1 trip to the free throw line, and she's going to have to do more of this. Be assertive, get to the paint, put some pressure on that second level of defense for North Carolina. She's going to have to keep that engine revving right now.
Yeah, especially with her running mate, Michaela Timpson, out with foul trouble. She's got 4 left at about the 3-minute mark of this 3rd quarter. Winner of this one puts a quad 1 win on their tournament resume for the selection committee to peruse at the end of the season.
Full court pressure by North Carolina. I like the strategy by Courtney Banghart.
There's Bowles. She had the hot hand from downtown in the first half.
She's got 4 triples in the game.
Threes have not been prevalent in this 3rd quarter. Carolina's taking them away. Here's Latson with a touch, gives it up. On the drive, off the window.
You got to know your scout. Bonner's not a 3-point shooter. She's going to take it off the bounce. Latson does a great job of setting her up.
Gakdeng fouled by Williams after the drive and dish from Townsend.
Bonner is 17% from 3. Usby overhelps because it's down the lane line by Latson. And it's a great take off the bounce by Bonner. We've seen her do that a couple of times from the deep corner.
Boy, it looked like that should have been an and 1. She got hit in the face. Now it's Gakdeng to the line. Just a 61% shooter, but she hits that one. And she gets another into double digits.
You got to be living right to get that bounce.
Final minute, 3rd quarter. Latson weaves her way inside. It's a 10-2 run for Florida State.
Once she gets level with her hips and yours, forget about it.
14 now for Ta'Niya.
2-for-1 opportunity here for the Heels.
May go by the wayside. Offensive foul setting the screen. It's going to be on Townsend.
That's where Usby has to recognize. She gets Latson on the switch and clear it out and drive it at her with her foul trouble. There's a foul off the ball. 1 shot here for Florida State. Shouldn't even be 1 shot. It should be last possession so they can get an offensive rebound. It could be 2 shots.
There you go. Good adjustment in game by Antonelli. How about by Latson? Weaving again into the lane. Goes to the right side and draws the foul on Grant with 6 seconds to go.
There was a drop down of the hands, which is why the officials called it. If she stayed vertical, it would not have been a foul. By rule.
By rule. Second trip to the line for Ta'Niya today. Again, statistically speaking, in league play, her numbers are right there, if not better, than Hannah Hidalgo's at Notre Dame. In terms of her scoring, her shooting, her assists. Been a heck of a season for Latson. Got Florida State up by 5. Final seconds of this quarter. Townsend gets a shot up and in. The speed. Keeping in mind, of course, National Player of the Year honors, that's your entire season. Conference Player of the Year honors should come down to conference play only. We'll see if that plays out.
There's a lot of good players in the league.
Well, Hidalgo's just been sensational, leading the National Player of the Year race for sure.
And she's the best two-way player in the country right now.
Gakdeng, two-man game with Grace Townsend, who's really starting to shine for Carolina. 1-point game. Gakdeng got a piece of it, ends up back with Latson. Tough shot, muscled it up and in.
Part of the reason why Brooke Wyckoff subs so well with Latson is to keep her fresh for these moments right here.
They continue to play with Michaela Timpson on the bench with the 4 fouls. Donarski does not have a triple this second half. And a foul on the rebound.
Even Donarski is thinking wide open with that much time. She's going to make 3 out of 4 of those. Game pressure is what we call that. When shots are a little bit harder to make when there's more on the line.
After she made her first, she's missed her last 4.
Townsend has been really good off the bench. She's been aggressive at probing, pushing, creating tempo for North Carolina.
Usby behind the back to Gakdeng. And a foul. Maria stays in the game with 4 personals as Williams picks up the foul there. That's her 3rd.
It's a great pass right here. You know, sometimes I think the contact into the chest brings the arms down. The lead official didn't blow the whistle on that. The trail official did.
Dan converts. A reminder as we start this 4th quarter, North Carolina is the worst free throw shooting team in the power leagues. Can they combat that? Will it be an issue or not? Within 1. Turns her the other way. One-handed scoop around and down. 20 points now.
Wow, that was a move.
She is finding ways to score. Gakdeng to the left side.
She has improved her post game so much, and North Carolina does an excellent job isolating her on the block to get a one-on-one. She catches it so deep, it's so hard to bring help.
She's got 16. Latson now with the post up. Back out to Williams for 3.
And without Timpson on the floor, there's no offensive rebounding.
Tar Heels can grab the lead. Gakdeng buries the defender again and a foul. Is that from behind or the reach in? If it's on Williams, it's her 4th.
Again, look at the position Gakdeng gets.
Check that, that's Bowles with the reach in for her 4th as Timpson returns to the game for FSU. And Gakdeng continues to defy the odds. She's 5 of 5 from the line.
North Carolina is 9 for 10.
Is this the reverse announcer jinx going on?
Yep, that's what it is.
You can't stop her from 15 feet uncontested, Debbie. 6 for 6 today. And the Heels are back on top.
Donarski, former Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year.
Sticks with Latson. Shot is short. 1 and done again. Townsend directing traffic. Donarski trailed, gave it up, and now steps back for the try.
Money. Got lost in transition. Donarski does a great job of filling behind and then stretching it. North Carolina on a 7-0 run.
Okay. Okay. Oh, the guard play's been as good as Latta in her day, I think, Debbie.
I think better, actually, better.
Oh, stop it.
Ivory knows I love her.
This is a good one, 6:50 to go, 73-69. Another moment to catch your breath for Ta'Niya Latson.
You know, they had shoot-around this morning at 7:15.
Early.
I was here, and she was fine. So I don't know if she's under the weather. I just think Brooke is being really careful about managing possessions right here. Offense, defense, those kinds of things.
Timpson should have fresh legs. She's been sitting a while, and it gets stuck again in the elbow the second time today.
On the same end of the floor, phalange,
right phalange.
We
are seeing some things today.
And we were saying some things too.
20 on the shot clock, Timpson. She and Gakdeng both playing with 4 fouls, and KK takes it at her.
North Carolina's usually pretty good in their ATOs after timeouts. Good switch. Usby's been quiet since that explosive offensive first quarter.
Townsend to Usby. Got to work off the bounce and travels.
Her game is about 10 feet in. There was another great player in the history of North Carolina named Tracy Reed, who was back-to-back ACC Player of the Year here for Sylvia Hatchell. Great player inside 10 feet.
Latson will return. Yeah, Usby just 1 basket in this second half so far. She's been a key for them. A significant difference in her production when they win and when they lose. And certainly her leadership will be critical here in the 4th.
1 dribble, swipe it through.
Thomas got a block on Timpson.
Thomas with 3 blocks in the game.
Seen a lot of her today. Good minutes. Grant on the drive. Short. And Timpson may have just fouled out. Fifth foul called on Michaela Timpson.
The block by Thomas, and then she sprints, and she gets early position to hold off Timpson, and on the glass, Timpson picks up her 5th.
That is her first DQ of the season. And she is out for the last 5 minutes and 43 seconds. Ten on the shot clock for Donarski. Goes left to use the screen, short. Usby muscled that one away. Getting a little sloppy. Grant trying to clean it up, and does.
Florida State needs some help getting the ball in bounds.
Carolina shooting 50% through the first 5 minutes of this 4th quarter. Latson time right now for Florida State. Short again. And Usby fouls Williams over the back. That'll be her 3rd.
North Carolina's pace here in the second half has been a really good indicator of how they're going to finish off this game, because their tempo has been really good. They've been aggressive on this end of the floor.
Donarski with the takeaway for the former Defensive Player of the Year in the Big 12 from her days at Iowa State.
And Grace Townsend has been fantastic on the top of the floor.
Handling the ball well. Thomas missed it. Usby's got it. Donarski for 3. Bulls looking for some help. Fade in the lane, rattled in by Williams. Back to a 1-possession game, approaching 4 minutes to go. Townsend keeping that dribble alive. Thomas missed another layup.
And Malia Williams doing a good job on the glass right now. Does Florida State have that extra gear right? They look a little fatigued to me.
Latson denied, finds Williams for 15 feet. Ta'Niya with an offensive rebound.
The driver
Pitches it back out, Bowles. Deep three near the hash mark, and she knocks it in to tie it up.
You gotta know personnel. You gotta come with a long closeout on Bowles.
Timeout, Tar Heels. 5th of the game for Bowles to tie her season high.
The driver, Bonner. The kick to Bowles. Good fill behind the penetration. Hands down, too much distance. Bowles locked and loaded.
3:26 to go. Florida State playing the rest of the way without Michaela Timpson, who was fouled out for the first time in 3 years, picking up her 5th midway through this 4th quarter.
Which is pretty incredible considering the shot blocker that she is. Both teams with fouls to give here. North Carolina with only 2 team fouls. 3 timeouts. Florida State 2 timeouts and 3 fouls, so they have a foul to give.
Tar Heels looking for their 3rd quad 1 win of the season. For Florida State, this would be the signature win on their resume to date. As Bonner bumps Usby.
Good pivot by Usby. No more fouls to give now for Florida State. You got to lock in right here. It's who wants it more. Brooke Wyckoff's team has been outstanding on the road. North Carolina has done a good job of the tempo in the second half.
Tar Heels looking for a 6th win in a row. Charlie Cream has them as a 3 seed, flirting with a 2 seed right now. All 3 triangle teams right now are potential hosts for the 1st and 2nd round.
I think the separator for Courtney Banghart in this game right now is Maria Gakdeng. They need to feed her and let her go to work. She's made her free throws today. I think Florida State will have trouble guarding her. There she is.
Couldn't hold on to it. Florida State's got it. Chance to regain the lead. 3 minutes to go. Latson crosses, gets inside. Williams, weak side with the putback.
How good has she been since Timpson went to the bench? A couple of baskets, a couple of rebounds.
Crashing the glass to get the go-ahead. Townsend floats one. Williams with Gakdeng. FSU comes out with it. Latson. Townsend riding her the whole way. And that is just the third team foul on the Tar Heels this quarter.
Usually Latson sets you up to go right with her left. She comes down the left side of the floor. She likes to slice to that right hand. She tried to get the shot up. They called the foul on the floor.
Aggressive. She's been playing in foul trouble throughout the game today. Has not hampered her yet. Noles have rattled off 7 straight points. Bowles. Got to step out on her. She'll get one up anyways. Long rebound to Usby. Her 10th, so she's got another double-double, her 9th of the season.
Look at that duck in.
I believe it was an inadvertent horn from the scores table, and Florida State, I think, is going to claim that they stopped as a result. I don't know if that was actually the case. Let's see.
Well, there's a question over at the official book.
There you hear it. The play continued. And Debbie,
there was something
Linda
with the
Miles
clock.
just came over. Clock issue again?
Yeah, another clock issue. They still have the foul because the horn did go off. There's a malfunction with the clock, but they do have the foul, so there will be a foul on the floor. Gakdeng will be at the free throw line.
That would be the 5th team foul, as well as a shooting foul anyways.
Well, they might need to get a stopwatch on this one to go back and see what the issue with the time was.
Okay, they're gonna. Okay, also apparently there's a discrepancy in the scorebook with the player fouls.
I saw the official score over there. Usually doesn't say much, but they were having some conversation, so this could take a while.
78-76, Florida State with the lead over North Carolina. They've had a week off since their win against Miami. They got 10 games left on the schedule. As you check out the important numbers right there, possession arrow is with Carolina, and both sides have timeouts.
The bookkeeping error has been corrected. The foul at 5:43 was on number 21. She has been fouled out. There was no error. Thank you.
Oh, so they went all the way back to look at Timpson's 5th foul, making her relive a rather unpleasant moment.
Well, the reason why they blew the horn is because they thought a player had re-entered the game that wasn't supposed to be in the game with a 5th foul. You don't see that hardly ever happen.
Gakdeng. That's her first miss after hitting 6 in a row. Much improved from her season numbers at the line. Full court press off the make. Oh, foul before Florida State can even inbound it. That's going to be on Maria Gakdeng. And now that'll be their last foul to give.
Florida State inbounding the basketball is so critical in late games. You got to get it in. Usually you clear out, but Brooke Wyckoff wants the ball right here in her leading scorer in the country.
Latson's got it. Ushby's on her. Has to give it up. Dos Santos on the drive. Grant forces a tough shot. Florida State's got it back.
Setting up that right hand.
Latson pulls up in the lane, uses the glass for 2, and a stare down of Donarski.
She uses the board as well as anybody in the game.
22 now for Latson. Still a 1-possession game. Grant, nice backdoor and a missed layup. And a patient whistle will get Laney to the line.
Latson off the glass. A little mean mug.
Snarl. In and out from Grant. One of their best free throw shooters. She's got 11. She'll check out. Navarre comes back in.
Defense for Courtney Banghart with Navarre and Thomas, who's done an excellent job guarding inside today.
Good shot blocker and more fouls to give than Gakdeng. if need be in the lane. Latson waits, weaves, and a foul.
Latson is so good. She's not even taking Donarski below the level of the screen. She doesn't need much help. Usually you go below the level of the screen so you can run Donarski off it. But she knows North Carolina with Thomas on the floor is going to be in drop coverage. That's why she's patient with the ball to read the second level before she goes.
Missed it. Best free throw shooter in Florida State history. Now 5 of 6 in the ball game. Still a 1-possession game. The offensive substitutions come back on for Carolina.
Just what we had hoped for. What an incredible game on Tobacco Road. First of many today in the ACC on the women's side.
1 minute to play.
There's that flare screen.
Grant, the freshman, keeps it, drives and draws.
You have got to guard your player right now. And even though Florida State is switching, they're getting beat off the bounce. When you switch, you should never let them get to the paint. This kid should be in high school. How about the confidence that she's shown today in a big game, in a big moment?
Left early out of Midlothian, Virginia. Been in double figures now in 4 of her last 5 games. When a lot of freshmen start hitting that wall late January into early February, she's coming on.
North Carolina better be ready to pinch and force Latson to become a passer here. I would not let her do what she wants and let her set up her right hand. You got to keep her on the left side of the floor if you can. It's not easy. Here she comes to set up that right hand.
Donarski jumps over to that side, making her come this way. Latson gives it up. Valenzuela for 3. No good. Rebound, Kelly. And a timeout, Carolina.
That's what you call trust. Latson believes that Valenzuela, who has a 35% three-point shooter, is going to make that shot, so she gives it up.
Would you have rather Valenzuela given it back to her there?
Yes, I would have rather her boomerang it back.
Yes, but instead it's the Tar Heels now, and they can hold it for one final possession if they'd like, although they're down a point.
They're not giving North Carolina the timeout because they dribbled the basketball.
Yep.
So while they did get the timeout, they just can't advance the ball.
Yes.
That's what I meant. It's another in-game correction.
Good in-game adjustment, Debbie.
Yes.
All right, so what are the Tar Heels doing here?
I'm driving it. I'm trying to score. I'm trying to score aggressively in the paint. I'm going to Gakdeng right here. She's working out of the dunker spot.
Usby will make a decision. Gets Gakdeng inside for the lead. Timeout, Florida State to advance to midcourt. 18 seconds to go. Gakdeng with 21 to tie her season high.
I'm telling you, you can't guard this right here. She's playing out of the dunker. She's going to duck in. She steps in front. She catches it deep. North Carolina is so good at throwing that high-low pass. Usby sees over the top.
And that's Timpson, the shot blocker, already fouled out of the game for Florida State. Not manning the rim.
That's why you go offense, defense, Courtney Banghart. Keeping Gakdeng in the game for offensive possessions so that she doesn't pick up the 5th.
How many defenders you running at Ta'Niya Latson here? 2, 3, 4? Make her give up the ball?
I mean,
the leading scorer in the nation may have a shot at it for the Noles.
She's going downhill, that's for sure. I'm switching on everything. I would pre-switch it, actually. I would pre-switch Donarski.
She's way away from the ball in the far corner.
She's coming back to it. She's coming off a stagger right here to get it. That's what I'm saying, pre-switch. Donarski's going to get clipped off here.
Able to run with her.
That's where you miss Timpson on an offensive rebound, too.
Latson gives it up for Bowles, looking for three, and she hits it with 7 seconds to go. Latson with faith in her teammate and a new career high for Sydney Bowles with a 6th three-pointer. And the 20th league change of the day.
Here's trust in a different way. A confident three-point shooter, Bowles in rhythm. Usby gets sucked all the way into Latson. And Latson with a kick to the pocket. That is a huge three-point shot for Florida State.
All right, the timeout for the Tar Heels so they can advance to midcourt.
I'm going to Gakdeng again.
Gakdeng again.
I'm throwing a direct pass, direct feed into the post.
Right from the inbound.
Yep. I'm going to let Usby inbound it because she's the best passer.
Yep.
And she can throw it over the top of anybody who guards the ball on the ball. And I would put somebody on the ball here.
But you got a front and back, right? On Gakdeng, or how you defending her?
I'm putting somebody on the inbounder here. I don't want anybody to see. And then I'm pre-switching because I've been switching all game. So I want to make sure that Gakdeng catches the ball on a pre-switch with size. It means that if I'm guarding you and I know I'm going to guard you, I'm switching in advance of you to coming off the screen.
Let's see where they set Gakdeng up initially here. She's
Usby's going to inbound it.
Usby will be the inbounder. Gakdeng's 5 and white on the elbow. 2 to tie it, 3 to win it.
I'm going aggressively to the basket here if I'm North Carolina.
It's Kelly off the bounce, pulls up and hits. 3 seconds to go. Timeout to midcourt for Florida State.
Well, Gordon falls down and gives Kelly a wide open mid-range. I mean, I would not have called a foul there. I think that might have been more of a flop than anything else. And that's a great finish by Kelly, who should be fresh because Grace Townsend has played a lot of minutes here in the second half.
All right, so now it's Florida State's turn. They have a chance to catch and shoot, maybe dribble or two from Latson.
Brooke Wyckoff is putting Viega in the game, who is a floor stretcher. I'm going with the same thing. They're going to run Latson. She's going to come off the screen and get the ball here. I would not let Latson catch it.
Noles looking for the signature win on their resume. One shot to try and get it against the best defense this year in the ACC. Heels hoping for OT. Big size Thomas on the inbounder at 6'5", making it tough on Bowles to see. Latson has a touch. Latson gets it up and hits it at the buzzer for Florida State. Officials will review